Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्रशत श्री श्रीमद् अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्रशत श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। So reading from third canto, chapter 18, text 20. दैत्यस्य यज्ञावयवस्य माया गृहीतवाराहत नोर्महात्मनः कौरव्यमय्यां द्विषतोर्विमर्दनम् दिदृक्षुरागादृशिभिर्वृतः स्वराट् दैत्यस्य यज्ञावयवस्य माया गृहीतवाराहतनोर्महात्मनः कौरव्यमय्यां द्विषतोर्विमर्दनम् दिदृक्षुरागादृशिभिर्वृतः स्वराट् दैत्यस्य यज्ञावयवस्य माया गृहीतवाराहतनोर्महात्मनः कौरव्यमय्यां द्विषतोर्विमर्दनम् दिदृक्षुरागादृशिभिर्वृतः स्वराट् दैत्यस्य यज्ञावयवस्य माया गृहीतवाराहतनोर्महात्मनः कौरव्यमय्यां द्विषतोर्विमर्दनम् दिदृक्षुरागादृशिभिर्वृतः स्वराट्। दैत्यस्य यज्ञावयवस्य माया गृहीतवाराहतनोर्महात्मनः कौरव्यमय्यां द्विषतो विमर्दनम् दिदृक्षुरागादृशिभिर्वृतः स्वराट्। Okay. Daityasya of the demon, Yajna Avayasya of the personality of Godhead, of whose body Yajna is a part. Maya, through his potency, Grihita was assumed. Varaha, of a boar. Tano, whose form. Mahatmanaha, of the Supreme Lord. Kauravya, O Vidura, descendant of Kuru, Mahyam, for the sake of the world. Dvishato, of the two enemies. Vimardhanam, the fight. Didrikshur, desirous to see. Agad, came. Rishibhe, by the sages. Vrita, accompanied. Swarat, Brahma. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of ISKCON. Translation: O descendant of Kuru, Brahma, the most independent demigod of the universe, accompanied by his followers, came to see the terrible fight for the sake of the world between the demon and the personality of Godhead, who appeared in the form of a boar. Purport: the fight between the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the demon is compared to a fight between bulls for the sake of a cow. Earth planet is also called Go or cow, as bulls fight between themselves to ascertain who will have union with a cow. There is always a constant fight between the demons and the Supreme Lord or his representative for supremacy over the earth. Here the Lord is significantly described as Yajna Vayava. One should not consider the Lord to have the body of an ordinary boar. He can assume any form, and he possesses all such forms eternally. It is from him that all other forms have emanated. This boar form is not to be considered the form of an ordinary hog. His body is actually full of yajna or worshipful offerings. Yajna or sacrifices are offered to Vishnu. Yajna means the body of Vishnu. His body is not material. Therefore, he should not be taken to be an ordinary boar. Brahma is described in this verse as Swarat. Actually, full independence is exclusive to the Lord himself, but as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, every living entity has a minute quantity of independence. Each and every one of the living entities within this universe has this minute independence. But Brahma, being the chief of all living entities, has a greater potential of independence than any other. He is the representative of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and has been assigned to preside over universal affairs. All other demigods work for him. Therefore, he is described here as Swarat. He is always accompanied by great sages and transcendentalists, all of whom came to see the bullfight between the demon and the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapinam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guror Shri Utapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in the previous verses we have been discussing how Hiranyaksha and the Lord in the form of Varaha are fighting. And in the previous verse, uh, it was explained that the last line of the verse, it is mentioned, Ilayam iva shushmino mridaha. So Ila means, Prabhupada explains, of course, Ilavrata means the earth. It was called as Ilavrata first, then later it came to known as Bharat Varsha. So for the earth, Ilayam iva shushmino mridaha. Shushmino of two bulls. So this was explained. The analogy is done basically that how the fight between Lord and Hiranyaksha is for the cow, for the mother earth, is compared to a fight between two bulls for a cow. So generally this happens. This is must be very common, although we don't see. I remember once. I don't exactly remember mostly the incident fully, the reason why it happened, but mostly it happened for the cow only. One bull was in our Hyderabad farm. One bull, for whatever reason, it started running, and the owner of it, I think he tried to control and he got his finger injured or something. Was it for the same reason, or it was same reason? So we can see. Oh, the two bulls were fighting also. Oh, so later, of course, yeah, we can see this. This must be very normal because sex life is prominent in all the species. And another point is the comparison is not made with the dogs. Dogs also have sex. So without marriage, all the animals do like this. But the comparison, whenever the comparison is made, there are many similarities. So we can see the Mother Earth can be compared to cow. We know that Mother Earth, there are 7 mothers, and cow is mother. And Earth assumed the form of Surabhi also when she was troubled by demonic kings before Krishna appeared. So we can see this comparison is very apt. And we know that go means, we say Goswami. Goswami means, here go means senses. But then go means also cow, go means also land. So we can see Krishna, he called, Arjuna called Krishna as Govinda. Govinda means one who gives pleasure to the senses. Of course, he was telling, you give pleasure to the senses, but why you want me to fight? But of course, we can understand that Govinda means who gives pleasure to the cow also. So we can see go means it is also cow. And go means earth planet is also called cow, go. Prabhupada explains, writes in the purport, the earth planet is also called go or cow. So this comparison is very proper. And Varaha, of course, Lord is compared to bull, that means, and Lord is the father of dharma. We know that Lord comes to establish dharma, and especially he comes to establish Varnashrama dharma. And in Varnashrama dharma we can see, although different personalities, demigods are worshipped, but they are at the fringe of Vedic culture. So central worship is given to Krishna. We can just see after all the sacrifices, they say the mantra Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Of course, they say Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So even if some certain yajnas are meant for certain demigods, but still Lord has to be worshipped because Lord is the chief benefactor of the yajnas. He is called as Yajna Murti. So in this verse we can see Daityasya Yajna Vayavasya Maya. So Hiranyaksha is referred as Daitya, and Lord Varaha is referred as Yajna Vayava. So that means his body is made up of Yajna. So although Lord assumed the form of a Varaha, he didn't fall from his position of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Lord Vishnu's name is, another name is Yajna. So in Varnashrama Dharma, all sacrifices, they are meant for Vishnu. So uh, Yagno ve Vishnu, it is told. So Krishna also, he tells in Bhagavad Gita few places, he says Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam, I am the enjoyer of the Yagnas, means he is the Yagnapati. So Prabhupada in one of the verses, 3.10 verse, he quotes a very nice verse, Shriyapati Yagnapati Prajapati Diyapatim Lokapati Dharapati. Then what is पतिर गतिस चांदक वृष्णि सात्वताम प्रसीदताम में भगवान सताम पति. So we can see the second, first is Shriyapati. So he is the husband of goddess of fortune. Then Shriyapati Yagnapati, he is the father of all the yajnas. Then Prajapati, he is the father of all the living entities. Then Dhiyapatir. Dhiya means intelligence, right? Intelligence. Dhiyapatir, Lokapatir. So then comes Dharapatir. He is the husband of Mother Earth. So we can see in this verse very nicely prayer is offered to the Lord. So Lord is Yagnapati. He is the master of all the yajnas. Just like Pati means husband. All the activities of the wife should be to satisfy the husband. So although at this time people may not accept this, or for whatever reason they may feel this statement not so proper, but whatever it is. So the Prakriti is referred as the living entities are referred as Prakriti, and Krishna is referred as Purusha. So, and in Vedic culture we see that always the Purusha, the husband, was served by the wife, although now it is not like that. So, but still the wife needs protection. So we see that Priyavantu explains that whether the husband protects the wife or laws protect the wife, woman. So they need protection because they are weak. And so Lord is referred as Yajna Purusha also. So after all, the Lord is the enjoyer. And his body here is not made up of ordinary material elements like ours. So when we take birth, we are forced to take a form made up of matter. So we all know that famous story of liquid beauty, wherein the chaste lady, she wanted to teach a lesson to that person who was after her. So we can see our body is made up of all obnoxious things, but Lord's body is spiritual, and there is no difference between himself and his body. So Prabhupada explains his body is full of yajna or worshipful offerings. So different things are offered to the Lord. We can see during this fight itself, lot of flowers are offered when the Lord successfully lifted earth from the depths of the Garbhodaka ocean. And then just to remember the appearance of Lord Varaha, when Lord Varaha appeared also, again he expanded throughout the sky up to Satyaloka, and all the rishis also started glorifying him, and the Lord also is reciprocating by making sound. So we can see that an ordinary form, first of all, an ordinary boar, so its body is made up of all obnoxious things, and it is limited actually. It can't expand itself. And it can't make such a loud sound. So Prabhupada explains that the sound of the individual depends on the size of the body. So those whose body are big, so their sound is very loud. So the Lord is reciprocating. So obviously he is not ordinary. So in Varnashrama, all the activities, all the sacrifices are meant for the satisfaction of Vishnu. So we can see Varnashrama Acharavata Purushena Parapuman Vishnur Aradhyate Panta Nanyadyat Tosha Karanat. So to satisfy or to please the Lord, there is no other better means than Varnashrama Dharma. So we can see Varnashrama Dharma especially, it helps everyone to advance in spiritual life progressively. So the way it is designed, first 25 years for practicing austerity, for of course for gaining knowledge, uh, and then next 25 years one gets married, then again one comes out, again one takes up to austerity, and he prepares for death. He takes sannyas also. uh, and different uh, vargas in the varnashrama dharma, they are also serving Lord. So there are different sacrifices, different brahmanas are engaged in different sacrifices. So although not all sacrifices are meant for Krishna, just like I am remembering, there was lot big Chandi Yagna made there in Hyderabad. Chandi Yagna, very huge scale it was made because government help was there. So like that, different yagnas are made for different personalities, but ultimately it is meant to please the Lord. So Brahmanas do yagna, but all the living entities, whichever varga they belong to, their activities are also yagna. We see that annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad anna sambhava yagyat bhavati parjanyo yagya karma samudbhava. So karma means in varnashrama dharma, karma, yagna, these are synonymous. Or dharma means to follow one's constitutional duty. So we can see uh, just by following one's uh, duties according to what they are prescribed in the Shastra, one is pleasing Vishnu. So by all our activities, we are meant to satisfy Vishnu. Yeah, and all the results of sacrifices goes to Vishnu. Another verse in Bhagavad Gita, Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhureva cha. And one who doesn't understand this, he falls down. So that means we can see why Varnashrama culture fell down, because yajna, the yajna or Vishnu is not worshipped properly, or demigod worship becomes more prominent. So because when demigods are worshipped, then material desires become more, and then obviously dharma, how will it stand with this situation? So we can see when Lord is worshipped, then dharma is also maintained. So in this way, when Lord assumed the form of a Varaha, he didn't fall down from his position. Still great personalities like the demigods, like the rishis, in all the higher planetary systems, they are glorifying the Lord because they understand that Lord is still, he is transcendental. He is not mundane like us. So here again another main thing is differing from the previous verses, that Didrikshur Agat Rishibhir Vrata Swarat. So Didrikshur means, Agat means they came. Didrikshur means to see. Rishibhir Vrata Swarat. So rishis came. Basically, it is referring to the personalities from higher lokas above the Swarga Loka. Vrata Swarat. They were surrounded around Brahma. Sorry, Swarat it is told. Swarat means, Prabhupada explains that Swarat is a name for Brahma. So we see that actually the word Swarat can be applied only to Krishna because he is only completely independent. So in the first verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmadhyasya Tonvayat Vitarasta Charte Shabhigya Swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye Muyanti Yat Suraya Tejo Vari Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Damna Svena Nirasta Kahakam Satyam Param Dhimahi. So he is worshipping the highest truth, uh, Lord, uh, yeah, Vasudeva, and he is referring him as Abhigya Swaraj. So he is conscious of everything and he is independent. So uh, here, although Brahma is referred to as Swarat, but we can say he is independent within the universe. So he is the topmost personality. So all the demigods, they assist him in his service of managing the universal affairs. So Brahma always is superior to all the demigods. But he is not all in all, as he himself prays in his Brahma Samhita. Ishwaraha Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So Brahma himself is telling. So we know that past time, that how when Brahma was appeared from the navel of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, he was in, he didn't knew what to do, where was he situated. Then he heard two syllables tapa and he started performing austerity, and then things revealed into his heart. Basically, Lord tene brahma hridayadi kavaye. So Lord gave him the knowledge. So there is another version, yesterday we are listening, that in Brahma Samhita it differs from the what is told in Bhagavatam. So there it is told that when the Lord plays his flute, that sound that which comes from the flute is Gayatri Mantra, and that goes within the ears of Brahma, and in this way he is enlightened with the knowledge to create the material world. He gets all the knowledge of Vedic wisdom. So he is Brahma. We see that parampara. Parampara begins. Sorry, sampradaya begins from Brahma also. So Brahma sampradaya. So he gets all the knowledge, and of course mainly about the creation, about which he was bewildered. He didn't know what to do, how to enact the creation. So we can see all the knowledge how to create is revealed to Brahma because of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So that means Brahma is dependent on someone else who is Vishnu. So ultimately Krishna or Vishnu only is independent. So everyone is dependent. We are all dependent. When we take body, we are forced to take birth according to our karma, and we are subject to the sufferings. But Lord, he takes he appears out of his own accord, and then he doesn't assume the body made up of matter also. What is that verse? Deha dehi vibhedoyam neshvare vidyate kvachit. So there is no difference. This duality doesn't apply to him. The Lord's body is completely spiritual. So he is not affected when he appears. And this independence, Brahma has the highest in the material world, but all have this minute independence. We see that because Janmadhyasya yataha, because everything has come from Krishna, living entities have come from Krishna, we also have minute independence. So Prabhupada refers living entities as minute Ishwaras. So they also control, but very small sphere they may control. Someone may control the household activities, someone may control the ashram, someone may control the universe. But ultimately everyone is controlled by Krishna. And there is minute independence. We see that there is one verse, Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. So we are Amsha, just like particle of gold should have all the qualities of the gold, but to a lesser extent. So similarly, we also have this independence, but it is very minute. But if we use it in a proper way, we can become free from the cycle of birth and death. So So I'm reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. There it is. Of course, after reading, I was remembering one story of Prabhupada. I am referring to the 24 gurus, which uh, which were described, uh, yeah, by Krishna himself to Uddhava, and basically these were observed by a Avadhuta, and he described it to Yadu Maharaj. So, sorry, the king of Yadu. Yeah. So there the story of pigeon is described, that how uh, this foolish pigeon got attached to his wife, to the children. We can see here. Why I'm telling this pastime is that uh, sex life is prominent in all the living species. That labdva sudurlabam idam bahu sambhavante manusham arthadam anityam api hadiraha punam yateta napatet anumrityu yavat uh, nishreyasaya vishaya khalu sarvatasyat. So this sex pleasure is there in khalu sarvatasyat. Khalu means certainly, sarvata means in all the species. So I was wondering how Avadhuta observed all these things, that this pigeon was. It's very nicely explained that how they lived in a forest in a nest, and then they were so much attached. It is told, drishtim drishtya angam angena and buddhim buddhya. So they were attached so intimately. So they were so much attached they couldn't live without. They couldn't tolerate their separation for even some time. So how he observed all these things, and then once that their mother and father go to the forest to get, of course they get children, and then the children, their broken language and all, they are attracted, and there is some special feature here. Then the human beings, means human parents also become happy with this. But that is described when the pigeons, small pigeons, they are trying to fly, they are jumping and falling down, they are becoming so happy. This all is observed by the Avadhuta Brahmana, and then they have to be fed. It is told, of course, that the husband, the pigeon wife, is to flatteringly cajole the male pigeon, and then he would, although a lot of difficulties, he would serve her nicely, and then they beget children, and then for them they go to get food, and then what happens? They go for a long time, and the pigeon, he puts a net, and the children are captured, and then the wife comes, and she is very much means lamenting, and she somehow goes close to them, and she is also caught. And then of course the description is there that the male pigeon, he also comes, and he also eventually he is also caught up. And I remember Prabhupada, he tells that how he sees that they are caught, and the male pigeon, what he says, oh, I'll also be caught, I'll take sannyas, like that. Then everyone starts laughing. So we can see that human life is meant for this. Although Prabhupada explains in that first verse of Bhagavatam, Janmadyasya yatah, the whole material creation is is moving under the principle of sex life. The next statement he makes, in modern civilization, sex life is the focal point of all activities. Then I am trying to recollect as it is, I don't know. Then he tells, wherever one turns his face, he sees sex life prominent. We see that some days ago here there was Ajamila scene. So mostly it will be there every day. So we might see at some time. So then Prabhupada explains. So then it should not be artificial. He explains that how sex life comes from Krishna, Janmadyasya. So whatever is there in us, it should be there in Krishna. means whatever qualities, whatever attractions we experience. So why it is? Because it should be in Krishna, but this is perverted reflection of that attraction. So we can see in that purport of that pigeon, disciples of Prabhupada, they explain that how uh, the real love for Krishna, the pale reflection of the real love for Krishna uh, gets transformed into uh, material affection, and it is a basis for a false life, so of material affection. So like that, so we can see how uh, this desire, sex desire also is coming from Krishna. So in this way we can see in this verse that how the fight between the bull fight, is explained, means the comparison is made. Yeah, another point is uh, Brahma, they all have come to see this, but this has to do with their lives actually, because Brahma is he is concerned about who will win. But nowadays people, they watch cricket matches. But what is the reason to go and watch? There is no profit, though no advantage whatsoever in that actually. So but still people foolishly watch cricket match. So there is no connection even with the cricket. 11 people are representing the whole country, and moreover the sometimes we heard that the matches are fixed also. You are investing so much of your energy, your money, whatever, your time especially, and your intelligence, mind. So first of all, they can't represent the whole country. Even if they are representing, they are not honest, and they are there to make money. But Brahma is here because he is concerned about who will win, and he has come with all his hmm, associates, the rishis. So they just this, yeah, this Brahma also has this tendency to watch certain things, of course connected to him, uh, just like people watch cricket matches. Okay, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Any comments?
Here one word is there. Maya Gratika Varaha Samor. Maya properly translated through his potency was assumed. Gravity means assumed. Varaha of the boar. Maya word can be interpreted as material form, right? So material realm. But the previous word is Yajnavaya. Yajna Avayava, you see how it is, of whose body Yajna is a part. His form, Yajna is Avayava. That is how it is. What is this? Pitambara Samasa. Pitambara. I don't remember now what it is called generally. Harinama, it is called Pitambara Samasa. Pitambara. Qualities are discussed. Who has a yellow garment, right? Pitambara. Similarly, Yajna, who has Yajna as his Avayava, his body part. Yajna Avayava. So Yajna is Repeatedly it is true.
The boring condition. Hare Krishna. Repeatedly it is told.
And I have told it to you. Here, then Swarat word. Often Brahma is described almost like Supreme Lord. These Madhvas say Vayu is, why they say Vayu is Supreme? So, sorry, he is the supermost living being. I meant to say, Jivottama they say, no? He is the best among all living entities. How is it? Jivas, Jivottama, topmost Jiva. Why? Because next Brahma is going to become, Vayu is going to become next Brahma. Brahma is the highest living entity. Among the Jivas, Brahma is highest, right? Therefore, actually this point recently I understood. Most of the ISKCON devotees, they make, whenever they comment, our Bhakti, what is from Madhva community, Brahmin family. What is it? Bhakti Padma Saurava Pracharak Swami. He asked Jai Raman, you are referring that.